Sunny ways, my friends. Sunny ways.
You sneaky. You're running as an outsider.
I am an outsider.
We have recently switched to drinking water bottles out of water out of when we have water bottles out of a plastic. Away from plastic towards paper, like drink box water bottles. So that.
Well, Lottie frickin' God!
You're ready to fight, aren't you? I can feel
I intend to resign as party leader, as prime minister.
Is this true?
Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Mr. Prime Minister, will there always be a Canada?
There will always be a Canada.
All right, elbows up.
Elbows up.
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
So the answer to that is to stop being stupid.
My great pleasure to introduce my husband, Prime Minister, who will make Canada strong. And Canada full!
I can't do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Thank you. It will be an honor to continue to fight for you and to be a champion of your cause as we go forward.
Let's fucking go.
Knockout!
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Fringe. Welcome to Friday Night Fringe here on the channel. Day before Halloween, of course, we're doing our Thursday stream because, well, tomorrow's Halloween. We have to take the kids out. Family first, after all. I hope you're all having a wonderful evening and had an even better week. We have a lot to talk about tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We need to talk about the war in Alberta, the war for Alberta. It has started. And boy, things are going to get real messy in the province. We have a lot to go through. Let's get a roll call. Let's get right to it. Let's get a roll call going on. Let's see where you guys are watching from. Let me know where you're watching from. Let's try and get somebody from every province in this amazing country and see how many American viewers we have tonight, because we always have our American viewers chime in.
Yes, I love it.
In fact, I see it already. Mystical Peace coming in from Ohio. Welcome in to the stream. It's great to have you here. We got Lauren joining us once again from Clearwater, BC. Welcome in. It's Mike coming in from Calgary. Welcome into the stream. It's great to see you here. We got Peggy coming in from Saskatchewan. Carol and Gerald are joining us from Calgary once again. We've got Miss Titan Fan coming in. Happy Halloween Eve, my Canadian friends from Nashville, Tennessee. Great to have you back in the stream. David's joining us from Regina, Saskatchewan. You know what rhymes with Regina, ladies and gentlemen? Fun. We got Toten coming in from Arizona. Great to have you in here. We've got Kaylee coming in from New Brunswick as well. We've got the Truth coming in from Edmonton. Welcome in. Great to have you here. We've got is it Sanji Lee?
Yeah.
Sanji Lee coming in from Lethbridge. It's great to have you here. Mystical, still stuck on my roof. Dance as a dancing skeleton until he gives me my skin back. It's okay. We'll give it back to you Saturday because we'll have to start decorating for Christmas soon. So not before Remembrance Day,
No,
of course.
the 12th.
On the 12th, we'll start decorating for Christmas. So you'll be up there for a while. Thanks for chiming in. CB Fixes All is joining in. Welcome in. It's good to have him in here as well. Arlene coming in from Taiwan. Wow. All the way over there. Thank you for joining us. Chuck's coming in from Saskatchewan. HauntTube, notice who I'm employed by today. I don't know if you know this. If you guys need some Dick's Morning Wood, just give me a call.
Yeah.
We got a lot to distribute. What do we got? Vox Guitar Rocks coming in. Carney should participate in the Poop Throwing Festival in India. I think he's the chairman of that festival. Julie's joining us from Alberta. Thank you for coming in. Saved by Grace joining us in from Edmonton. Welcome in. Jamie's joining us from Montana. Welcome in. Minnie and Soda coming in from Stettler, Alberta. Mark's joining us from Grand Prairie, Alberta. We got Spencer coming in from Blue Sky, Alberta. Welcome in. We've got William joining us from rural West Texas.
Wow.
Gotta love that. We used to know family who lived out in Katy, but I think that was east of Houston. I could be wrong on that one. But Texas is amazing. Welcome
it is,
in.
yep.
Good to have you here.
Big.
John and Tammy are coming in from Lac La Biche as well. We got Austin coming in with a happy Halloween from Calgary. Susie's joining us from Michigan. Carson, El Gringo Grande, coming in from Mexico, Puerto Vallarta. Great to have you here. Henry's coming in from Red Deer. Whiskies is joining us from Edmonton. Guys, I got to get caught up in the stream. You guys are on fire already. Raptor with a $5 super chat. I'm dressing up as Jack Terrence tomorrow. Here's Johnny.
Oh, I love it.
Welcome.
That's awesome.
A gooder. That's a gooder. Thank you for the super chat. We've got Michael Drader coming in with a $5 super chat as well. Greetings from Niagara Falls on holidays with my new fiance. My new fiance from Panama City, Panama.
Oh,
well, congratulations. Hope you're enjoying Niagara Falls. Watch out for the gimmigrints, but have a great time otherwise. YYC MEB gifting 10 unacceptable Fringe memberships to the Patriots Club. Thank you so much. Dawes coming with the $2 super chat. How are you? I'm not going to sing it, but hey, welcome in. It's good to have you here. Thank you for the super chat, Dawes. It's good to have you guys in here. You guys are all amazing. Let's talk about Alberta tonight, because while we haven't talked about Alberta enough, I know you guys are just screaming for more Alberta.
I know,
almost
right?
as much as you're screaming for this.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
How?
North Carolina. Do you see that?
I did see that. Air Force Base in North Carolina. Wow, look at this. We got everybody coming in tonight, everybody watching. Shout out to all of our men and women in service, even those in the United States. Thank you for your service. Thank you for keeping Canadians safe, even when we poke you with the stick, or
so
at least
I know
our leaders
it's not
do.
Friday, but why do we really come to these streams?
Because Reg Porter's gifting 5 unacceptable Fringe memberships to the Patriots
Red.
Club. Thank you so much.
Memes.
God, you guys. Kevin, $2 super chat. Is anyone dressing up as Slug Ford or Marks Carney? I'm pretty sure you could get your ass kicked.
I mean, Derek did ask. He was looking for a Donald Trump costume.
I was
but
at
they
the
didn't have
store
any this year.
looking for the Donald costume. I wanted Donald. They said, we don't do that here. We're not allowing it. We don't do Donald.
They had it last year, and they said, no, we don't have them.
We don't
this
have it
year.
because a lot of people, they don't like him very much, you see. They don't like Donald. I went and got a bag of lollipops. In fact, one of our viewers, which one of our viewers was it? Because she's so... Marianne Drinkwater.
Yes.
Sorry, I met so many people at the rally on Saturday. Marianne Drinkwater met me after the rally with a giant bag of lollipops. She said, go have some lollipops. It was amazing.
We stopped purposely to pick up lollipops to give away, and Lori and I were so busy because we were trying to figure out live stream and kids, and we never actually got around to it. We completely forgot.
That's okay. You go what you can do, folks. Hit the like button.
Yes.
Let's see if we can get those likes up on the stream tonight. Raptor with the $5 super chat. Could Joe Biden take advantage of Carney's new program since he thinks he's a black woman?
Oh,
you never know in this country. To be completely honest, I never put it past them. It wouldn't surprise me. We've got Uncle Brat becoming a new member of the Patriots Club. Thank you so much for doing that. Welcome to the Patriots Club. Get those LFGs in there, folks. Martin.
187 likes so far.
Derek, I emailed you my number. Call me, Martin. I don't make phone calls. I'm sorry. You know, I have people who message me, who email me, who say, can you give me a call? Can you come by and meet me somewhere? There's been some issues when it comes to safety and security over the last little while. I've been instructed by law enforcement not to go any further into it, so I can't give you the dirty details, folks, but it is pretty serious. So unfortunately, I don't make phone calls. I can't make phone calls. Hopefully in the near future, we're able to meet at an event.
Yes, I would love to do another meet and greet at some point.
Honestly kills me because meeting our viewers is the one true thing that I love doing more than anything on this channel. And now that's been taken away from us because some people like doxing us, some people like picking fights on the internet. And unfortunately, the crazies come out.
Just makes it hard.
And there's not a lot we could do about it. But hopefully, the police are working on it.
Yes.
Hopefully, things are amended soon. Lawrence, becoming a new member of the Patriots Club. Thank you so much for becoming a member of the Patriots Club. Somebody says, have another rally. I believe the other rallies are being planned.
Yes.
Keep your ears open for that. Again, we'll try and make sure we get out to those rallies.
Now with the referendum vote being guaranteed, I'm sure there's going to be so many rallies coming up.
And a lot of people say, well, Tommy says his vote doesn't go towards a referendum. We're not having a referendum.
Danielle Smith made that.
It's happening. Folks, one way or another, in 2026, Alberta is getting its referendum vote. And it doesn't have to be through Tommy the Commie. We'll talk about that tonight. Don't worry, we're getting it. We're getting that independence, folks.
It's happening.
Dawes, the $2 super chat. I'm sorry your family's having to endure this. It's okay. It's part of the job.
It is.
It comes with the territory. The problem is some people online have loose lips and influence. And when the crazies get moving around, there's nothing you can do about it. It comes with the territory, folks. We'll just move forward. Again, the police are looking into things. The police are handling things. And they've done, so far, a pretty remarkable job at keeping us up to date, at making sure we're informed of everything that's happening and their process. So hopefully soon it's dealt with to the degree that we can start doing those things again.
I don't think people are understanding our costumes. Someone was asking, is Dick's brand a real brand?
Is it a real brand? Well, only in this house. If you don't know, if you can't see, my name's Dick. That's the wrong side because we're mirrored. My name's Dick from Dick's Morning Wood Delivery Service.
80s costume.
And Tiffany's dressed up from the 80s, if you didn't know. It's the day before Halloween. We were trying to have some fun. Cash Stuffing Canadian, becoming a new member of the Patriots Club. Thank you so much for joining the Patriots Club. Let's get into the memes. You guys come here for memes. All you want is memes. Nobody comes here to see Mrs. Fringe or myself, or at least myself. I know that much. People want the memes.
Yes, we do.
Let's get to it, shall we? These memes were sent to me by Marika, one of our mods, and I thought they were hilarious, and I wanted to show them before I forgot about them. So many people send me memes, and I try to get around to them as quickly as I can. But unfortunately, we only have so much time for memes. I like this one. It's weird that leftists celebrate Women's History Month when they can't even tell you what a woman is. I mean, yeah.
Not wrong.
Not wrong at all. I like this one. Select all the squares with presidents. Of course, those who know.
I love that.
Those who know. They got Donald. There's a nice blue check mark. There's a nice blue check mark over here over the Donald's face, ladies and gentlemen. He's the only box that needs to be checked because he's the only president in that group. It's wonderful. Cry a little harder. Got Luca coming into the $5 super chat. So, will you be building Tiffany her own studio for her upcoming channel? Guessing the need.
No,
she needs a few things.
I'm going to share the studio.
Tiffany will be using this studio because the channel will be called Only Fringe.
Yes.
So she can still use this studio. We don't have the space with Lori and her son living here. We don't have the space to build another studio in the house. So it'll just be the one main studio, but Only Fringe is coming out soon, folks.
Yes.
I will give you a link to that channel to go over and subscribe. Maybe we'll put a video out on that channel because we want you to get monetized as quickly as possible.
Yes.
And we'll want people to get traffic over there quickly. But keep your ears to the tracks, folks. Tiffany and Lori will be doing their own weekly show, Only Fringe, where they look at wacky articles. They talk about all the crazy things happening, not necessarily political.
No.
Just fun stuff.
Just fun because, I mean, we are a little crazy. So.
In these crazy times, it's always good to have a little bit of a laugh. And it's good to kick back and forget about all the serious stuff once in a while. It's going to be a fun show. We've been talking about the concept. I think you guys are going to enjoy what comes out for that. Marcus with a $5 super chat. I've been practicing my Slug Ford impression. Your Donald impression, and I should say, do a pay-per-view in the ring mono. E-slug. Mono E-slug. I don't think you want me getting in the ring. I don't think you want me doing that. I'll tell you right now, the Fringe might be out of shape, but a lot of people have said, hey, you should do one of those charity boxing events.
Yes.
With somebody I'm not allowed to talk about. But I've always said, hey, I'd happily do that.
Oh,
I would happily do it for charity. And I would get in the best shape of my life. I used to box. I miss boxing. I'd love to get back in the ring sometime soon. Maybe we'll make it happen. Who knows? If people keep running their mouths, you never know. Bitmode coming in, $2 super chat. Appreciate everything you do for Alberta's future. Listen, that's the only future I'm focused on right now, especially with my family, with your families. When I saw the electricity at that rally over the weekend.
It was amazing.
Alberta Independence must come before anything else. It's happening. Look at this. Badass Custom Coatings jumping in. $20 super chat. Happy Halloween, Fringe family, and all the peeps in the chat. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a wonderful Halloween as well. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting you at that rally as well. Go check out Badass Custom Coatings, folks.
Yes.
They're incredible. Plexus Gaming. Unacceptable Fringe. If it comes to it, will Alberta ask the USA for military support before and after the vote? So I know some people got their panties in a twist last night because I said APP has already done that. They've already gone down to the USA. They've talked with the Trump administration. They haven't talked with Donald Trump, but they have talked with high-ranking officials within the Trump administration who have said they would be happy to extend support and acknowledgement to Alberta as a country should they get the vote. So nothing is written in stone yet, folks. Again, until we get the vote on referendum, the separation vote, we don't have anything written in stone. But APP is doing their due diligence, and I highly suspect other meetings will be held between now and the time that we vote.
They're working very hard.
Subscribe if you haven't yet. I'll be keeping you all up to date with that. You got Christ Gives Gifts becoming a new member. There's a gift for us. Thank you so much. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the Patriots Club. It's great to see you in here. Mike Freedom Honey, $2 super chat. Fried chicken in the Fringe. Good times tonight. There you go. He's pulling his Leroy Jenkins. At least he has chicken. Let's get on with the memes. There's my cough coming back. That face you make when your period's late because you're a guy. I like that one. I like that one. I think it's hilarious. I think it's really funny. I like it. A lot of people don't like when I insert Donald Trump when we shouldn't, but I like it. I think it's wonderful. I think this guy should go get a lollipop. Maybe he'll feel better.
We need something.
He's a little late. Running a little late, folks. I like this one because it really gives a good explanation. I grew up in the 90s when people called everything retarded. It was just one of those things. And this explanation, not really a meme, but a good explanation to remind everybody. The word retard is not meant for people with handicaps. It's meant for non-handicapped people who are stupid. If you don't understand this, you're a retard. This is kind of like the explanation. Have you ever watched The Office? When with Michael Scott, what was his real name? The actor who played from Despicable Me. Goodness. Why am I drawing a blank? Steve Carell.
Yes.
I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. When Steve Carell said, you don't call people retards, that's in poor taste. You call your friends retarded you call your friends retards when they're acting retarded or something along those lines. And I thought it was hilarious because this word really has been making a comeback lately. It needs to. People need to stop getting offended because it's the same thing as the F word that was used with the gays. Everybody always used to say you're an F word. You're a British cigarette. And people would get mad at that, but it's like there was that South Park episode where they started calling all the motorcycle drivers that.
Yes.
And they said, well, it's not associated with the gays, it's associated with you guys because you annoy us. That's why we're using that word. Those words,
it was great.
Those words need to make a comeback. Raptor Guy, $5 super chat. Did you get the Doug Ford and Carney Dumb and Dumber pick I sent you? I did. I'm gonna have that on a future show. Thank you. So a bundle of sticks. There you go. Bundle of sticks. There's the old term for it. I always say British cigarette. It's there. The word is in the dictionary, so it's valid.
Yes.
There's a lot of words in the dictionary we're not allowed to say. Let's get on with it. Carson El Gringo Grande sent me this one. I like it. The brainwashed sheeple action figure. Trust the news always. I know some people that fit this bill. Of course, you've got the propaganda news television set. You've got their boosters included. You've got McDonald's French fries and chicken nuggets, pre-programmed catchphrases. They do come with tap water and an I Love Carney elbows up hoodie.
There you go.
They always got their elbows up, these brainwashed people.
Brain not included.
Brain
do you
not
see
included.
That? Oh, I love it.
Yeah, brains not included. There it is up at the top, folks. You got to remember when you get your elbows up, your brains aren't included. Don't go too crazy with that. You'll hurt yourself. Alberta Gamer, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. There'll never be another Canadian government in Ottawa, even with Canada in ruins. All bad things are Harper PP Trump's fault. Mainstream media said is solid for the left. Yes, they are. We're going to talk about that tonight. We'll talk about that. Don't worry. We're getting there. I wanted to talk about this. Or actually, let's put this meme in first. Okay. I identify as a woman. Are you a biologist? Yes, I identify as a biologist. This is what you have to start saying when people tell you these things. I think it's the best comeback ever.
Yes.
That kind of wraps up our memes. But I want to talk about this photo because I took this photo. I was out with Mrs. Fringe today. We were out at West Edmonton Mall. And I have to say...
Starting our Christmas shopping.
Well, there were some pre-Christmas deals. I got to say, for a city as woke as Edmonton gets, it's good to see that some areas of West Edmonton Mall, or the people who run West Edmonton Mall, are still in favor of our veterans.
They had a lot of displays within the mall for the veterans. It was so beautiful. Actually.
I know. Mike says my Lysdexia is distressing. I get it. Sometimes it just gets real bad. I apologize to folks. I really do. I try to get through it as easily as I can. I got this on the way out of the mall because they have countless, like if I zoom out, you can see the poppies all around here with the Lest We Forget.
Yeah.
They had displays all around the mall in all of their fountains and all of their public squares.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Everywhere. It was so nice to see that for once in public, our veterans weren't being disrespected, forgotten, mistreated, misrepresented. You know, anytime I go into these malls and I see happy Diwali, happy Pride, happy all this and that, happy sit in your cat litter box and pretend you're a cat month. Nope. They finally got the poppies out. And maybe they do this every year, but it's so refreshing moving from Calgary to see this because they don't do this in Calgary.
No.
Anywhere.
No, it was really nice to see.
It was so good to see. I saw a comment I wanted to highlight. John says, as a veteran, I respect that. I respect you, sir. Thank you for your service. Veterans deserve more than just one day of the year. I think when we do Pride, when they do all these things that they try and mask over top of our veterans, that we should bow down and be grateful for. The one thing they always commonly forget is our veterans.
Yes.
And it's one thing we don't forget about on this channel. So thank you to all of our veterans for their service. I'm so glad to see this. I will get more photos as I see them, folks. I will put them out. I know Medicine Hat recently painted over one of their crosswalks.
Which is amazing.
And
I
put
love
out
that.
a veterans
Lest We
crosswalk.
Forget, yeah.
Lest We Forget in Medicine Hat. So again, Alberta is starting to come back a little bit. They're starting to find their cojones.
Going in the right direction.
We're doing it live. We're doing a good thing. That's all for memes. Although that wasn't a meme. That's memes and photos that we got to talk about, folks. Join us next week. I'll try and get more.
Yes.
But I had to speed up the show tonight because we have a lot to talk about when it comes to Alberta.
And hopefully we can get it all in. Sometimes you forget.
Sometimes I forget to get it in. That's what she said.
I don't.
Yeah, Marika, message me after the show. I can't do that in the chat. Let's get on to what's happening with Alberta. If you've been watching, we've been talking a lot. I was talking with Matt the other night. By the way, our stream was pulled because of 1 2-minute segment. People got up in arms for information that we hadn't fully checked prior to the show.
Yeah.
And of course, rather than a simple, hey, Fringe, you should take this out of your show, people downvoted and flagged the show in grand proportion that YouTube struck it down. And now I've got a strike on my channel. So thank you to everyone who couldn't just reach out and say, hey, fix this, please. Anyways, the stream is gone, but we were talking last night about the teacher strike. We were talking about everything that's going on in Alberta and how political movements, how politics, when it comes to the unions, when it comes to nen shit, when it comes to everything else that's going on, is driving what's happening in Alberta.
Yeah.
You have the main unions in Alberta now threatening all to strike at once. They're all going to strike. So your firefighters, your police, your healthcare, teachers, all of them, they're all going to go back. They're all going to push for more lockdowns of businesses, more lacking of services. Shut them all down. And it's not an attempt for more money.
Nope.
Yeah, Matt's saying QP is the worst. They are the worst. Well, they're linked to the NDP. This is a union that took out a $1.1 million ad, leaving no strike funds for our teachers. So while everybody's whining about the teachers and saying, oh, how the teachers are horribly misrepresented, how they're practically slaves in this country, how they're disrespected in Alberta, their own union, which they pay dues to, had no strike fund because they took up a $1.1 million ad for the NDP.
Which they're supposed to be non-biased,
and
right?
it was to promote Naheed Nen shit. And all of this, while they claim we're not political. How is contributing $1 million to a political ad say you're not political?
Yeah.
It's Cash Stuffing saying unions in general
they
are a
are.
disgrace.
They're definitely
horrible.
not working for the people. They're working for themselves.
QP, you fired. You fired. Come get your stuff. You fired. Get out. You're done. What's even worse is what's happened to the students since they've gone back. And this is where I was going to talk about other things tonight, but it's important we put this out because even if you're across Canada, if you're in the United States, you need to share this out on social media immediately.
Yes.
If you ever thought that grooming was a thing in this country, that it was just about explicit content that your kids shouldn't be looking at or taking in, or confusion about their genders or things like that, guess what? The teachers are using your children as weapons.
Yeah.
Literally as weapons to push politics. Not even their wages, not about classroom sizes, nothing else. To push politics to overthrow Danielle Smith and force an election.
And this isn't the first time. I know in Calgary, they let kids in the high schools go and protest. And half the time the kids would leave just because of the fact that they got to leave school. I mean, I would. And they didn't even know what they were protesting.
Well, it happened today in Edmonton. It happened in Calgary. It happened around the board. I had Mike Freedom Honey reach out to me with some daunting information.
Yeah.
I didn't want to put it on the stream because some of it was materials. I didn't want to put people's private texts on the stream, even though Mike gave me permission. But we're going to talk about it. Quickly, I want to clear these so I don't miss them. Nilok with a $5 super chat. Government unions are a dumb concept anyways. By asking for more money, they raise taxes.
Yeah.
If they wanted to make a difference, they would strike to the lower cost of living, or to lower the cost of living.
Yeah.
I agree with that. The problem is, like, these teachers unions asked for PST to become a thing in Alberta. Oh, you don't have the money to give us what we need or what we're demanding? Just put in PST, Danielle.
Because we're not being taxed enough. Let's just do it.
Just put it in so you can pay us. Just tax the citizens. The reason they said to put in PST, folks, if you think about it, you live in a province with no PST, and your premier, who's under fire from the unions and the mob bosses, bends the knee, puts in PST thinking it's going to make her numbers okay, that it's going to get people off of her back. And guess what? You now have millions of Albertans that point the finger and say, she put in PST, get rid of her, get her out of here. It was a lose-lose
They know exactly
situation.
what they're doing.
Everything they're requesting is to make Danielle lose her job.
Luckily enough, she's not stupid. She knows what they're doing.
Bitmode coming in with a $10 super chat. Look at the unions for the other provinces. ATA has SEF for funds, but it's only 25 million. Look at what the others are. 490 per person, 51,000 members, yet they pay 1,500 in annual dues. Look it up. I'll check it out. I couldn't find any of that online. In fact, I tried looking for it. A lot of it gets censored out online. They don't want people looking at that. Thank you for the super chat. I will look into that after the stream. But here's what I wanted to show you. Here's how the indoctrination is hitting harder now that the teachers are back at school. We talked yesterday about the email being sent out where there was a lot of backlash from parents where they said, wear your red shirts to the school so you can support the ATA and tell them that you stand with the teachers. Well, today, Jack Dan, this is what needs to be shared out. Because this is where if they say, oh, it's not about politics, it's all about politics. Jack Dan tweeting out from the DMs. A student at a St. Albert High School and his friends were disciplined for not partaking in the protest today. He was put in study hall because he didn't walk out. Social assignment on researching 3 events where workers were pitted against the government. So go to study hall and write us a report on 3 times people like us have been pitted against the government, so you know better next time we ask you to get up and leave. Which, by the way, if you left, you were marked absent, which would get you in trouble with the school.
Tell me this is not being groomed into our kids.
Yeah, you either stand up for teachers or you're disciplined.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at it. Responses to liberalism assignment. In the last half of the 19th century and the first part of the 20th century, many people became disillusioned with liberalism, particularly the economic policies of classic liberalism. Workers became upset with the owners of the factories, mines, and workshops they were employed in. The classic liberal economic system seemed to be designed to favor the wealthy and expense of the poor. Government policy also appeared to favor the wealthy. In response to that criticism, workers began to take action. This assignment asks you to research 3 events in which the workers were pitted against the owners/government. This is what the teachers were asking for.
Wow.
This is what happens when you tell the teachers, hey, I'm a student and I'm here to learn. Do your job.
Yeah.
I'm not here to stand up for your politics. I'm here to get an education. I'll tell you right now, if this was my kid, I would go into that school, and I don't care if the police showed up, I would sock that teacher right in the mouth.
I wouldn't go that
far. I would. You sink your claws like that into my kids, I'll put you in a pile of your own blood and piss, and you'll regret ever opening your mouth trying to indoctrinate
I would demand
my
to have
children.
her go through a little retraining. That's what I would demand. You can't do that.
Yes, Bernadette did break down the dues numbers. I saw that. And again, I'll get to that. I'll check into that. We'll get it done. Then the kids won't have a dad.
Yeah.
Listen, you can't sit back and tell the teachers, how dare you? And just they say, oh, sorry, we'll apologize. We didn't mean to do that. Pulling your kids out of school doesn't do anything. They need parents going to the school boards and going to the ATA and saying, shut the hell up.
Yeah, but these type of teachers need to go into the retraining program that they do and realize what they're there for. These children are not there for their political puppets.
It's worse than this. My dear friend Theo Fleury tweeting out, the indoctrination and grooming of children is almost complete. Take a look at this tweet that came out today. Another big rally at the Alberta legislature. This time students are chanting, Danielle Smith has got to go. Hearing of other walkouts across YEG, AB Ledge, Canada politics. I'll get to those super chats in a minute. Take a look at what's going on here. Let's maximize this. Take a look. Now, here's the thing, and I'll be fair. People were downplaying what happened at the Freedom, the Independence rally.
Yeah.
You can see all the way back again to where those the overpass is, to the back of this plaza.
Yeah.
These folks aren't even in the main fountain waiting pool area, which is right across from the steps at the legislature. So there's maybe 1,000 people here.
And how many of those kids actually know what they're fighting for?
Well, again, they didn't want to get punished or reprimanded. Some of them, is my guess. The others just took the day off.
Yeah.
To go because they didn't have to sit in class this way. They could go hold up a sign and pretend to fight for teachers' rights.
Some of those aren't even high school kids. They look so young.
What's this? Legal Alberta trucker saying, Mrs. Fringe is too nice. I'd do the same as Fringe. Listen, you got to start telling these teachers there is a line, and if you step over it, FAFO. I'm sorry. You
wouldn't be the only parent that would feel this way. That is for sure.
I wouldn't necessarily beat somebody, but I'd go in there with a bat and I'd probably swing at a few desks and I'd say, who's the person who sent my kid to study hall? Who's the jackass? Who's the dead man who sent my kid to study hall because they didn't stand up for your politics, because they didn't go whine for your raise?
Yeah.
Where's my raise? Where's my easier living? You guys wanted me to be flooded with provincial sales tax. So what? And people always argue, oh, well, they needed more schools built. They don't have enough schools. Right, because if we double the amount we were going to give them at 35%, schools were magically going to be built overnight. Right? It doesn't solve the problem. And that's how you know this has nothing to do with their demands.
No.
It has everything to do with politics. Their demands don't even make sense.
I mean, Nenshi is out there spouting a whole bunch of crap. What has the NDP ever done for these teachers? They've never been offered a 17% increase from the NDP. And most of the time he's fighting and saying, well, it goes back this far. And the NDP were in charge.
We'll get to it. Let's take a look at this.
But this cause is just stupid and disgusting. It takes away our constitutional right to have a voice in society. But this cause is just stupid and disgusting.
This is the brainwashed generation of 1,000 students that are standing here. Look at this girl in the blue jacket.
She's not interested.
She doesn't even care. She's holding this sign on her phone, tweeting a friend. She's literally on her phone. She doesn't care about why she's there.
She probably got bonus points for making a sign.
And you can hear it right about here when they say, oh, it's unfair, it's everything else. Like 10 people yell boo.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Turning students into activists is disgusting.
It is, 100%.
It's a moral high ground that has been crossed. This is where I talk about the war for Alberta. These are the same folks who are trying to tell you that Tom Lacaze's petition was to silence Albertans so that we couldn't get a vote because they wanted the legislature to vote on it and shut it down.
Yep. And then nobody could ever bring it up again.
Well, that was the whole point of Tommy's petition, was so that they could vote in the legislature and tell everybody to go home. There's no place for separation in Canada. 400,000 people are going to tell millions they can't have their say?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I'd love to know the actual numbers once they verify those.
I seen a viewer saying, I can't even watch it.
No.
Good. And I mean that in the least meanest way possible. But if you can't watch it, that tells you how bad it is out there. These are people's children being sent to this.
I would be so pissed.
Or like that one screenshot we showed, you get sent to study hall to talk about how poor the teachers are, how they're basically kunta kinte.
Yeah, like
and they can't get ahead in the world.
You'll be marked absent, but we would really appreciate it if you could do this for us.
My God. I gotta get to some honorable mentions. Granite Man sending $2 super chat. Canadians haven't even seen the worst yet. It's coming.
Yep, I agree.
We'll talk about that. Granite Man again with a $2 super chat. Thank you. 2026, 200,000 jobs gone. Thanks, Carney. Listen, I don't know if you guys noticed today, in the United States, UPS, YouTube, FedEx, Amazon all announced mass layoffs for AI.
Yeah.
They're all losing their jobs. It's going to get real hard for people.
Yeah.
Really hard. UPS is closing 90 North American locations, apparently.
That is insane.
Thousands of jobs out the window. It's not going to stop anytime soon, folks.
No.
And this is where I say it needs to get worse before it's going to get better. People really need to suffer. The people who agree with their kids being sent to the legislature like this, those people need to suffer. They need to have their lives disrupted so poorly that they say, okay, we can't vote for this nonsense anymore. It's almost like you reap what you sow and then you learn your lesson and say, all right, no more of that stuff.
Yeah.
So that the next time they come knocking at your door and the next time they say, hey, we really care about teachers' rights, people will just say, get lost, and they'll shut the door. They'll say, you ruined my life last time. I'm not listening to you again. Dawes with a $5 super chat. I agree with the Fringe, man. There needs to be times when you stand up and say, enough. The problem is not enough of us have.
No.
Kevin with a $5 super chat. Abolish public schools, convert all public schools into independent charter schools, and convert all education funding into vouchers like Arizona. That could work.
Yeah.
That could work. Pseudonym, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. If anyone in the chat could send Danielle a letter of support, that would be awesome. Her job sucks. It does.
Yeah.
In fact, here's what I want you to do.
That's a great idea. I love that.
Here's what I want you to do. Send me an email with a letter of support for Danielle Smith to Unacceptable Fringe YT, Unacceptable Fringe YT like YouTube, at gmail.com. Again, Unacceptable Fringe YT at gmail.com. If you want a letter for Danielle Smith, if you don't want to send it to her direct email box, I'm meeting with Danielle Smith late 20th. November, the 20th of November. I will give those letters to Danielle Smith.
That's a
as I
great
take my
idea.
children to the legislature to meet with her, shake her hand, tell her what an amazing job she's doing, and then remind her that my family and my children stand behind her 100% and the decisions she's made. If you want those letters to get to Danielle directly, send me an email, unacceptablefringeyt@gmail.com, with a letter for Danielle Smith. I will print it and pass it on to her.
I love that
Thank you
idea.
for the super chat, Sue. That's a great idea. Trouble on the RO. I hope I'm putting that out the way it's intended. $5 super chat. Public school was a creation by the Rockefellers to make people better workers, not independent thinkers in indoctrination camps. I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
Thank you for the super chat. Raptor Guy, $5 super chat. That is more unwatchable than Olivia Chow at Caravana.
Oh,
Anything. I mean, I didn't think we could get that low, but yeah, it's getting there. Thank you for the super chat. Granite Man with another $2 super chat. Carney will make a deal. China EVs made
in Canada.
In Canada, I'm assuming he's saying we're going to make a deal with China for the EVs in Canada. We'll see. People say unacceptable fringe YT. So it's actually right there. Unacceptable fringe YT @gmail.com. Send me your emails there. Mods, if you want to repost the email address, you guys know the address by now. You can throw it up in the chat for anybody asking. There it is. Mike TV Dub spamming it all over the chat.
Thank
you, Mike. It's greatly appreciated. Again, if you don't even have to be from Alberta.
No.
If you just want to show your support for Danielle Smith. God, my email is going to get shut down.
I love it.
It's going to get blitzed.
Love it.
Mike Freedom Honey sent me this, though. Now, Mike Freedom Honey does a lot of work within the schools for kids. They used to, him and his wife Sherry used to do investigations for PDF files to shut that down so kids were safer. They've done a ton of work, but he sent me texts today of another kid who was told, you need to go and protest and we'll mark you as absent. But it's okay if you're absent from the school, as long as you're protesting for teachers.
Yeah.
So just like that, they were saying that was okay. Mike tweeting out here that the plot thickens, because here's where our next generation is going to be even more stupid than they already are. Diploma exams and provincial achievement tests. Provincial. God, my dyslexia. Due to instructional disruptions caused by the teacher strike by teachers in the ATA, Alberta Education has made the November 2025 diploma exams optional for all students.
They were off for 3 weeks.
They were gone for 3 weeks, less than winter vacation. And now their diploma exams are optional for all students.
But the kids have Monday off for a PD day. And then the week after is fall break that they're off for a whole week.
Joe Biden, remember when he wanted to do debt forgiveness and all these things? Look at this. If you don't pass your courses, that's okay. We'll just boot you through.
Yeah.
Exams, here's the funny part. Exams will still be held on scheduled dates, but students are automatically exempt and may choose whether to write the exams. Schools must accommodate students who request to write. So if you don't want to risk failing, just say, nah, I'm out. I'm not going to do it. And you get a pass.
I would have gladly have chosen to pass that.
And you get a pass. Students who do not write will receive a final mark based solely on their teacher assigned grade. This will not affect graduation or post-secondary applications.
Wow.
So you can be stupid and get into college. At this time, January and June diploma exams and provincial achievement tests will continue as planned. Unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Unbelievable. And these guys wanted us to implement PST, to give them another $2 billion. For what? For what exactly? So they could pass the buck even more?
So are they doing this because the bad grades fall against them?
Of
and
course.
They're avoiding that situation?
Well, so then they can say to Danielle, this is all your fault.
So the kids are 3 weeks behind. They're not going to pass anyway. So we're going to give them the option. What student is going to say, oh, I'm going to go do those tests?
Yeah. I wish Torontonians would wake up.
Oh,
look, we talked about it on Wednesday's show, and unfortunately, it's not there from yesterday, where Matt showed that little red area underneath the line of Canada for where it's mostly Toronto, Montreal, surrounding areas, where that per capita of over half the country lives in that small area. They have control over our elections. They have control over who's in charge in the country. This is why I keep telling people. I put out a video today, which a lot of people checked out. Thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah.
Where I said, look at these latest polls that are showing Carney at 49%, Pierre's at 27%. And everybody in the comments said, oh, this is a Nick Nanos poll. You trust Nanos? No, I don't trust Nanos. What I do trust is that the people polled by Nanos are usually in areas where they know they're going to get the results that they want. Guess where those areas are, folks? Toronto, Windsor, Hamilton, Brantford, Montreal. Like they focus in those zones. So if you're seeing 49% support for Mark Carney, it's a clear indication that if an election is held next week, next month, Mark Carney is getting a majority government.
Yeah.
He'll get it. Pierre will not win. I don't know if you guys saw the Pleb today. The Pleb had a live stream where he was showing Pierre's rally for youth in Toronto. And the Pleb kept saying, look how packed the room is. Look how big it is. It's a far stretch from what it was in April when he was filling up airplane hangars and warehouses in Alberta.
Yeah.
Pierre does not have the support he used to have. And it's going to take time. And it's going to take some form of change from his party to jumpstart the confidence that his party has lost. And I've already said it, folks, in my videos. I have lost all faith in the federal election system.
Yeah.
After 10 years of bad policies, scandals, watching the distractions, getting on the old hamster wheel time and time again, thinking, oh, here it is. Here's the nail in the coffin that's going to put the Liberals away. Here's the scandal that's going to put them out of a job. Here's the thing Justin Trudeau's going to do that's finally going to land him in jail. And yet nothing happens, folks. I'm really not trying to be negative here. I'm trying to open your eyes. I'm trying to black pill you a little bit here.
Well, it's not Friday, so we can be a little negative.
You have to realize that when they talk about, oh, we've launched another committee and we're going to look into Mark Carney's conflicts of interest, just call Moose on the loose.
Yeah.
Just call David. He's got the whole chart. He's got everything proving where everything is connected. He's worked his ass off. And the Conservatives love David for it. But guess what, folks? They're going to go spend millions of taxpayer dollars sitting in committees, ordering lunch, telling everybody how evil and bad they are, and nothing will come of it. You might see some drama. You might see people saying we're threatening arrests, or if you don't appear before us, there's going to be big problems. But when it's all said and done, folks, nothing will happen. And if anybody wants to say, hey, Fringe, you're so negative, take a look at SDTC. Justin Trudeau was told, you must turn those documents over to the RCMP or we cannot resume Parliament.
Yeah.
He prorogued Parliament, had an election, and everybody just went back to work because Canadians forgot. 11 MPs were linked to the CPP. Or the CCP, sorry. I always think Canada Pension Plan. The CCP in China. And nothing. The We Charity scandal, millions of dollars. Nothing. Dalian, millions of dollars. Nothing. Arrive scam, millions of dollars in contracts given to Trudeau's friends. Nothing.
And it will always be nothing.
Nothing.
They've gotten away with so much. Why would we start doing anything to it now?
I always go back to the sponsorship scandal. When you guys, anybody who was around or was paying attention during the sponsorship scandal, which I'm sure is a very large percentage of this channel, it didn't take much for them to investigate Chrétien.
Yeah.
And for them to put him on the stand and for them to question and grill him and for news outlets to actually do their job and say, hey, he might go to jail. Now we've got, what, 15, 16 scandals that we've counted with Justin Trudeau?
That we know of.
Not one time has he been indicted. Not one time has he stood in handcuffs or sat on a stand in a courtroom and had to explain himself.
But all these scandals are hiding something bigger.
Yeah,
it's a
SNC
smoke
Lavalin.
show.
SNC Lavalin, nothing. Diversity is our strength, but if you dare, dip your nose into Trudeau's corrupt business, oh, Jody Wilson-Raybould, you're out of a job.
Yeah.
You're out of a job. How dare you?
I'm sure everybody on that side is being begged to...
Schween Machine, 279 Super Chat. Mrs. Fringe, you look...
half.
Hot AF.
Oh.
I told you so.
Could be a lady. You don't know.
Kenzie coming in as a new member. Thank you so much for joining the channel, Kenzie.
Thank
God,
you.
You've been a long-time viewer. I really appreciate that. Yeah, the Winnipeg lab incident. Like this is where I keep trying to tell people, like, I'm really not trying to throw you off of your hopes of an election, and I'm not trying to wave in everybody's face, hey, guess what? Alberta's getting an independence vote. Nah. I'm trying to show you this is why people in these provinces want their independence. This is why they want to get away.
Yeah.
This is their last ditch effort to remove themselves from this nightmare. The Macho Man said it all the time. Oh, I'm living in a nightmare. We are living in a nightmare. Oh yeah. We are stuck in Mark Carney's nightmare.
Yep.
He was pulling the strings for Justin Trudeau for 10 years. He knew what he was doing, and at the right moment, he came in, snatched up the job, and now Mark Carney sits there doing virtually nothing as he screws over the country. Nothing gets accomplished. Nothing gets done. Oh, I'm going to get all these deals. Nothing comes our way. I'm very flattered that the Premier has invited us to the legislature to meet with her just days after her deadline to Mark Carney. That's very telling to me.
I love that.
As to maybe what's going through her mind. But I'll tell you right now, if she hasn't made a good decision those few days prior, boy, is she going to get a mouthful from me when I walk into the legislature.
She's probably going to cancel.
So
okay,
don't tell the Fringe to stay home. Tell them not to come in, because I'll walk in there and say, "What the Sam hell are you doing?"
Children.
I don't think we're gonna have to worry about that. I don't. Raptor guy, the $5 super chat. If you have any Liberal voters in your family, I encourage you to not consider them family anymore. I wouldn't say that. I mean, I understand where that's coming from, but you know what you should do?
The difference between the left and the right is the left would do that, right? But I would never do that to family. I mean, you're still family, but if you're going to treat me like crap because of it, then fine. But
the best counteraction is to show tolerance.
Yeah.
Listen to what they're saying and counteract with common sense.
Because a lot of times they're misinformed.
If you simply have receipts or can pull up what you're defending when you're talking to somebody, not in an aggressive tone.
No, absolutely.
But just to say, listen, I respect why you think this, but this is the reality over here.
Yeah.
And if you really want to know what's happening, you go watch Unacceptable Fringe. That's what you tell them.
Yes.
That little foolish grift. But no, it's best to educate. If you don't sit and talk with your family members, folks, nothing's ever going to change. I've talked about it before on the channel with my father.
Yeah.
My father is a 1950. My father. There's the Joker for you. A 1950s born baby. He grew up saying the government's not here to harm us.
No.
He came to this country.
And the mainstream media is not here to lie to us either.
My father came to this country and was given every opportunity in the world. As he came over and migrated from Scotland, he owes this country everything, so he trusts his country.
But he's not wrong, because that was the world then.
That was the world then. This is the world now.
Yes.
And while he was very heavily liberal, in fact, during the pandemic, things came out of his mouth that I never thought would ever come out of his mouth. I was ashamed. However, when you sit down, since everything took off on YouTube, there's been times where we've sat down and had some discussions. And I've said to my father, why don't you start watching some YouTube? Why don't you start watching some of these channels?
Yeah, check out some
just what they're talking about, because they often have receipts. I've sent my father over to Northern Perspective.
Yeah.
I've sent my father over to Moose on the Loose. I've told him, if you don't watch me getting into being loudmouth, you're missing out.
If you're tired of hearing about me talk, I mean...
We moved away, and I told him, if you want to see me every day, just click on YouTube.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter, folks, is once he started to understand, hey, look at all these charts that Moose is putting together. Listen to what Northern's educating people on in the House of Commons.
These are lies.
That's where I keep saying, folks, there is no one channel to go to on this platform, and we're all on the same team.
Because all of these amazing channels are bringing something different to it.
Yes.
A different opinion, a different viewpoint, different information.
Different talking points.
Yeah.
It's after his time with those channels, my father is more leaning towards common sense.
Yes.
In fact, he never would have turned his back on this country.
No.
And after watching my speech at the legislature, he said, I'm ready to vote for independence. I never thought I would hear those words come out of his mouth. So educate your family. Sit down, talk to them. If they're unable to be talked to, if they won't listen to you, well, You tried.
Yes.
Right? You tried, and that's all you can do. Schween Machine, $7 super chat. Miss Fringe, or Mr. Fringe, you're right about Alberta leaving. It's our last hope. It's the last bastion of freedom. And we need, and I said it in my speech, I'll say it again, I'll keep saying it until we get our vote. You've been given a golden opportunity. Albertans have always said our vote doesn't count. The Senate doesn't represent us. That our votes in the federal election mean nothing because elections are called before they hit the Manitoba border. This is the one time your vote means just as much as anybody else's.
Yep.
This is the one time your vote can change the path forward for your life in every way possible. You can have a good job. You can have opportunity. You can have low to no income tax. You can have prosperity.
Oh, future for your
You can be treated fair. You can get rid of the woke, all with the stroke of a pen.
Yep.
You owe it to yourself to
and
make sure
your children's future.
Your great-grandchildren, your children's children, if you don't have children, the future generation.
Yeah.
You owe it to them to go in and have some control over where this province heads in the future. Do not pass that up.
No.
Do not pass up that kind of power.
This is the most important vote.
Because if you do, your vote will never matter again. No. Ever. And that's not indoctrination.
Absolutely
That's
not.
just the reality. This is the only chance we're going to get.
Yep.
And if we pass it up, it's over. It'll never happen again. Dutchy, wow, thank you so much. God, every time you pop in, I'm so flattered. I appreciate it. Thank you. You're very generous. A no vote means go. Deal with our own politics in our own country soon. Screw all this liberal corruption.
100%.
100%. And I'm going to get to the no vote in a second because Tommy the Commie's doubling down.
Yep.
He's backing up full post. I'll get to thank you again. Wow, you're so generous.
Yeah, he thought he was on the winning side.
Pseudonym, $5 super chat. Pierre lost me when he shit on Christine Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
I voted for him, but reluctantly. We need Javier from Argentina. What you need is a 180 in our politics.
Yeah.
And you're never going to get it. Matt even said it last night. The politicians aren't going to change course because as soon as you hold the liberals accountable, well, that means the conservatives have to be accountable when they come into office, and they don't want that.
Mm-mm.
That's why it's all the distractions. That's why we just keep getting back on that hamster wheel. They give you a little carrot on the stick when they say, oh, we're investigating people. No, they're not. Not the way they should.
Smoke and mirrors.
Bitmode, $20 super chat. I sent a short letter for Danielle Smith. She really needs the support. I agree.
I love that.
I agree. You know what's funny? The last time I had her on the channel, I told her, I support you. Hundreds, thousands, millions
she
support
probably
you.
Hears more hate.
And the first thing she says is, a lot of people hate my guts. And I said, that's the job. But you're here because we love you, we support you, and we stand behind you. I've told her a million times over, you're the greatest premier we've had since Ralph Klein. I'll tell you right now, if we get this independence vote, she goes up a notch for me. She goes a little bit above Ralph if she does her job.
Yeah, and that's tough.
And I love Ralph.
Oh, yeah.
God, I would have paid $1 million to meet that man. Joey with the $5 super chat. Hey, bro, do you listen to Logic, the rapper, and Mac Miller by chance? Love you, dude. No homo. No, I've heard the names, but I haven't. I apologize. I appreciate the $5 super chat. I'll check it. I'll look into it. I'll take a listen. Check Alive. Is that maybe that? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. $10 super chat. Went to the Edmonton rally. Love from a small oil field town.
I love that. Thank you.
Thank you for everybody who came to that rally. It was amazing.
It was awesome.
Lady Wolf 68, $5 super chat. I was in Ottawa last week and people hate Trump, and Carney will be all and end all. I was stunned, especially when they called Alberta a traitor. It's very toxic.
Oh, it is. I couldn't imagine. I could not be there.
I went out on Sunday when my Independence shirt finally arrived the day after the rally. And I walked into my local Walmart, and any of the people that would have voted for staying in Canada, you should be ashamed of yourself for wearing that. I said, you should be ashamed for saying we don't need it.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. It was all old people. Like, I'm talking like people in their 80s. But yeah, I usually respect my elders, but I was very nice when I said it at least. There's nothing wrong with giving people the truth. If you're going to tell me that I don't have the right to vote in my own province, I don't have the right to an opinion, then you should be ashamed.
Yep.
For telling people they can't believe what they want. For the oh so tolerant left. Sue Sampson becoming a new member of the Patriots Club. Thank you so much for joining the Patriots Club. Nilok with $10 super chat. Libs get a majority. The fight to free Alberta will have only just begun. The call for independence will be through the roof, and Carney will use his power to try and crush it however he can. We will be free. Very, very great. I'm sorry I've missed all the regular chats because I've been hanging out in the super chats trying to get caught up with those while I've been rambling. Let's get to why Alberta Independence is on the menu and why it's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked before about APP, and I've said how if you head over to albertaprosperityproject.com, if you sign your intent to vote to place a signature, should their application be approved, and it still may happen, even though Tommy's petition, if validated, has been said that it's going to be a constitutional question. Should that falter, because there's a lot of accusations being hurled in his direction, and we're going to cover that. We'll still need APP's question. So if you head over and do that, though, Mitch Sylvester has come out and said, look, we have a very large database of those who have signed their intent on the ballot. However, they will not give that list to anybody. They will not make that list public. They will not sell anybody's information for profit.
That is not why they're taking that information from people.
Tommy has other plans. He has other plans. Now, I said it on last night's show. Tommy the Commie's plan, all from the get-go, was to run against Danielle Smith. He wants, this is why the unions are arguing, this is why the teachers are out, this is why Nenshi's bolstering everything, that she's a coward, that she's terrible, we need a vote, we need to dethrone Danielle Smith. If they get a vote, folks, and this is why it's important we stand behind Danielle, because if they dethrone her and call an election, if they find a way to get an election, we will not get our independence vote. Ever. Ever. It's over. Tommy Lakazik says there's a way for him to use the data he's collected. So anybody who signed that petition, congratulations. Your information is about to be sold to the highest bidder.
Shocking.
He says, but also he says he never would. But also he says he might. The problem is the law is crystal clear. All signatures must be handed in, and any copies of any data must be destroyed. Down here, Don Braid writes an article, Tom Lakazik has a political treasure chest, and he might start a new party.
Wow.
This was all about politics. Forever Canada, while Tommy shit the bed, thinking he was going to push a legislative vote to end the discussion of separation, triggered a referendum. But he wanted to start a political party so that, and here's how it would have worked in the legislative. They would have gone in and said, who's standing up to vote that Alberta should remain in Canada? You would have had all of the NDP stand up.
Yep.
You would have had anybody else stand up that was separate from the UCP. The UCP may have had some members who were for Alberta staying within Canada, those who don't agree with independence. But any who sat down, who remained seated, especially Danielle Smith, Tommy would have instantly said, that's the problem. You need a new premier. You need somebody who wants to keep Alberta in Canada. So now you don't want Trump-style politics. You don't want Danielle going down and doing the Trump thing. Do you see where I'm going, folks? They were going to use the same TDS that Doug and Mark Carney were using. Oh, Danielle's gone to Mar-a-Lago. She's done all these horrible things.
Oh, no, she's trying to help her province.
You need somebody who's in here who wants Alberta to stay in Canada. And if you don't vote for me, Tom Lakazik, to be premier of this province, well, you're going to have these referendum votes all the time. You're going to have the right-wing radicals pushing. They just want Danielle gone. Work on the boomers in Alberta for separation. There's a lot of people that need to be worked on.
And not all boomers are bad. There are a lot.
There's a lot of boomers that are for it. But there are, what I have seen from any kind of pushback, typically, is the youth vote. And I mentioned that on Jason Levine's interview the other day.
Yep.
Jeff Ratz said, well, we have a lot of youth that are involved, a lot of youth that are sick and tired of the way things are. Yes. I agree. There are a lot.
They want futures too.
We need more.
Yeah.
And you need, I think what APP needs to focus on is the municipal vote.
Yes.
They have the rural, they need municipal. if they want this to pass. They need to focus on the cities. That's my personal opinion. They may have data that says otherwise.
Yep.
But my opinion is they need to focus on the cities. They need to focus on Lethbridge, on Calgary, on Edmonton, and Red Deer in particular, if they want this to pass. Tom Lukaszuk is now denying his petition. He's under investigation for misleading people in his petition. So it's very curious as to where that's going to turn up.
Yep.
But Tom has made it very, very relevant. This was to run a legislative vote so that Danielle could be criminalized. One of two things would have happened. Either Danielle would have felt forced to stand up and say Alberta should remain in Canada, and it would shut down any future referendum, or she stays seated and is blamed as a martyr and told, get the UCP out of here.
Yep.
So you'd have all the unions, you would have the teachers, the fire department, healthcare workers, all those people up in arms. You'd have Nenshit up in arms. You'd have Lukaszuk and his forever Communist Party standing up in arms saying, let's all go to the box, the polls. Let's all get Danielle out of here. Send in a vote of non-confidence. Let's push Danielle out and go to the polls. And then Nenshit and Lukaszuk would have battled over this province for who was the more woke to take it over. If either of those people get their mitts on this province, folks, this province is finished. Alberta will sink like a stone in the ocean. We cannot live under those kind of rule any longer.
No.
And the one thing that people have to remember, and the reason why it's so important to vote for our independence right now, Danielle's not going to be doing this job forever.
No.
There's going to be a time where she leaves. And you won't have that protection that you have under Danielle. You won't have the politician who's prepared to go to war for you. You need to use your vote accordingly. You need to make sure you sit with your family members. And we talked about this at the rally. If everybody just sat with two family members that weren't sure or were against independence and discussed with them, educated with them, familiarized them with why it's important, we'd win this very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to brainwash them. You don't have to bring them to a cult. Just talk to them about common sense. The easiest thing that I have found talking with people is, what do you find your main problem of living right now? People say the cost of food, the cost of rent, or the cost of housing, utilities, taxes. I can't live under those rules. Well, what if we told you all of that goes away if you vote for independence? And suddenly, without all the taxation you're paying, you can afford food even if it's expensive. You can afford fuel. You can afford your utilities. Because 40% or 50% of what you're making isn't going into the tax system.
Yeah.
And those things would also in turn be cheaper because we're not sending billions of dollars across the country to be wasted by a criminal government. When you start to put logic in people's hands, just as I did with my father, it's very simple to convince people just with basic common sense that this is the best decision they could make. And if they have an argument against it, it's usually for nostalgia. It's for a Canada that no longer exists. It's that they don't want to feel like they're traitors.
Yeah.
But the more you can get through to them, the more you can say, look at the current landscape. Look at the way things are. How are we ever going to get representation? How are we ever going to be taken seriously as a province? How will our future generations be able to afford to live?
It's not a fair country.
If you sit calmly and explain this, again, this isn't a cult.
No.
And you don't have to sit there and say, you're one of us. But what you have to
Drink
do
the Kool-Aid
is just make sense out of it to people.
Yes.
I tried to talk to the Forever Canada people in Spruce Grove.
Nope. And they won't have it.
And they didn't have, they were
Absolutely.
so closed-minded. That was cult-like behavior.
Nope, I know.
Because,
I know.
yeah, it was, I've read those documents. I know everything. And I said, please give me one reason we should stay in Canada. And I'll sign your petition.
Nothing.
No, I'm not going to give you a reason. Well, if you stand firm in your convictions, if you're out here collecting
It shouldn't
signatures,
be an issue.
there must be a reason you want to stay in Canada. Nope, I'm just not going to talk about it. Okay, well, then you can't convince me it's worth staying here.
No, she didn't even have a reason to stay.
The world has changed so So crazy.
And so bad.
In a way that I never thought was possible.
No. This is not a world I would want to raise my kids in.
I have friends in Manitoba that saw my speech on the legislature. And they said they're not going to talk to me anymore. I'm out. After knowing some of these people for like 35 years. Because I'm a traitor to my country. I simply tell them that's very unfortunate and you're misinformed.
Yeah.
I'm standing for my kids to have a future. I'm standing for them to have jobs. Every parent wants what's best for their children. I've told my daughter a million times over, when she goes, God, Dad, you're such a dick. I always say, look, whether you get married and live in a house and are worth $1 billion, or you get by like we do from check to check, I will worry about you until the day I die.
Always.
That's my job as your father. But as a parent, my number one concern is, what do I leave to my kids? What future do they have? Can they look after themselves when I'm dead and gone? And the current answer is no. There is no way in which they can live. Our friend has to live in our basement because she can't get by on the shitty wage that her 20-year experience job has given her.
And she's one of many.
And she's working almost 80 hours a week.
Yeah. She never takes time off.
That's not a future I want for my children.
No. Absolutely not.
I don't want to hear about our veterans living in tents.
No.
I don't want to think about those who once had properties be told you don't own them anymore, or you can't afford them anymore. You have no pension. You have no old age security. Get out.
You have to choose between feeding your kids or paying a bill.
I want a world where you can wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to go to work. I'm going to do what's required of me. I'm going to get my paycheck.
I'm going to go home to my family.
I'm going to go home to my family and spend adequate time with them. I'm going to relax. I'm going to watch my kids grow up. I'm going to go on vacation once in a while. And sometimes when I get paid, I'm going to take a little off the side and invest it.
Go on vacations.
I mentioned that.
Oh, sorry. I am totally in my own
Maybe
world.
I'll pay down my mortgage faster.
Yeah.
Maybe we buy a car in cash instead of financing it and taking on debt.
Have something in savings.
Maybe we save for our kids to go to school and get an education.
Yes.
Wouldn't those things be nice so that when they leave school, they're not overburdened with debt?
Instead
And they actually go. They go to school.
They outgrow something, or
they go to school in a republic where the teachers aren't allowed to be woke and brainwash them.
And
Wouldn't
they're
that be
learning
nice?
real facts, real history.
I try to explain all of this because I do have a lot of Canadian viewers across this country.
Yes.
A lot of Canadian viewers that I care about their future as well, even if Alberta leaves.
Yeah.
I love my
Because
country.
this will affect everybody. I love my country. I love Canada, but it is not the same Canada
It
once
will
was.
not be the same.
And it will never be the same. No.
It will never get back to what it was. If you have the opportunity, I would recommend anybody who needs to get out west, do it as soon as possible.
Yep.
You're going to want to before Alberta claims independence. Because the last thing you want to do is have to jump through hoops to try and get in.
But even once they do, there will be 5 years before it'll actually be a thing.
A lot of people have said, how long do you think you'll be tied up in the courts? How long do you think all this? They're not going to let it happen.
No.
Brexit happened within a couple of years. They got it done.
Yeah.
We stand on the precipice of one of the greatest votes in our lifetimes. And it's not just about, I'm voting for my favorite politician. We have the ability to make real change. And our premier, who has stood up for our rights, who made it easier for us to get to this point, who has defended us from tyranny throughout bodily judgment, is under attack. She's under attack from greedy unions, greedy parties, pigs at a trough. And believe me, I don't like standing up for any politicians. But I always say that somebody can be judged by the actions that they give you. And Danielle has done nothing but defend Albertans' rights from day one.
Yeah.
She's spoken up when no others will. She's out there working when other premiers sit around and pick their butts and spout about Team Canada. For that, until she gives me a reason, I will defend my premier.
Yep.
and I will stand behind my premier from taking the unpopular choice to defend Albertans' rights. We as a province must stand behind Danielle, and we must encourage her that she can make these tough decisions, that we will continue to defend her, that if we go to the polls, it will just mean a stronger party for her to control and mandate.
Yep.
Because she's the only common sense representative in this country.
Oh.
As far as I'm concerned. And people will say, oh, she's WEF. We've proven, no, she's not.
No, she's not.
People will say, she's part of the game. She's part of everything else. Well, her actions have shown me otherwise until she shows me that they're not. Like I said, if I go into the legislature on the 20th and she hasn't done something with Mark Carney, she'll hear it from me.
Yeah.
You guys have my word on that. In fact, I have my tickets to the AGM. I would recommend, by the way, anybody who can afford to go to that, get your tickets, get your membership to the UCP, and join me at the AGM so that Albertans can demand independence from Danielle if she hasn't already. That will be at the end of November. Early bird tickets are available online right now. Danielle needs to get a clear message from Albertans that she has their support.
Yes.
That we want our independence. We will get our independence. And we would like her to stick around.
Yes.
If she doesn't want to get on our team, she's more than welcome to make that decision.
Yep.
However, it will be the end of her career. There will be no coming back from it. And she knows that, folks. She knows that. Tony with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much. What I think is 72% independence and Danielle Smith for Prime Minister of Republic of Alberta. I'd love to see it. I really would. It's going to be an uphill battle. You realize that when they're talking about Tom Lukaszuk, they're talking about these unions, they're literally bringing out their big guns right now, trying to do anything they can to derail Danielle. They do not want this to happen. And if you think this is as bad as it's going to get, just wait. Just wait. The content on this channel is going to be overflowing with the, pardon my French, but the fuckery that's about to commence.
Oh, yeah.
Things are about to get real hectic, folks, especially in Alberta.
It's going to be quite entertainment.
Make sure you're subbed to the channel and check back often because it often gets canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you're subbed because you don't want to miss anything that's coming down the pike when it comes to independence in this province, because they're about to pull out every dirty trick in the book now that Danielle flipped it on its head and said, sorry, Tommy, your petition calls for a referendum. Albertans will get one.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's Tom's petition or APP clears in November, we're going to the polls, ladies and gentlemen, and we are voting on our independence. And just as I said on those legislature steps, we will not go quietly into the night.
Nope.
To quote, is it Bill Paxton? We will celebrate our Independence Day. We're getting it. We're getting it. Thank you for the super chat. Kenzie Crackett. Oh, God, Kenzie, you're so generous, gifting 10 memberships to the Patriots Club. Thank you so much. Kenzie, you know what? We've butted heads sometimes. I know there's times where I've said things Kenzie doesn't agree with, and I love that.
You butting heads with somebody?
I love that my members are vocal. I love that they put me in check when we have to be.
100%.
But I'm glad to see that she's still around and that we can have those conversations. Thank you so much for your generosity. Pseudonym, $2 super chat. I'll be at the AGM. We need 100% on the UCP board. Absolutely we do.
Yes.
That's where our support for Danielle shows more than ever. So get your memberships, get to the AGM if you can afford to. I'll be there. I don't know if we can stream in there. I'll try and stream from in there. I'm not sure if it's allowed or not.
If not, it doesn't
because
hurt
it is a member driven event.
It doesn't hurt to stream a little bit from outside, talk to people, get their opinions, right?
Yeah.
If you're able to.
I will try and get an interview with Danielle while we're there. I'll talk to her about that before the AGM when I meet with her at the legislature.
Pre-plan.
We'll try and pre-plan for something. Sounds like that old lady Will Smith movie, Independence Day. Yeah. A little. Danielle has bigger balls than most men I know. She's fighting for Alberta. She is Alberta.
I keep saying that.
I am Alberta. You are Alberta.
Yes.
Go over to the shop and get your I am Alberta t-shirts. Let's see those at the AGM.
We finally got ours the day after the rally.
I'll be wearing mine at the AGM. In fact, I'll probably wear my Independence hoodie at the AGM.
Yes.
We want to see everybody clamoring for independence. In fact, I have a new shirt on its way out, folks, that says, "My vote is no." And it's coming out very soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that.
Yes.
Or else I might even do one that says my vote is yes to independence. But my vote is no shirts are already in production. I'll let you know when those are available. We should all be wearing stuff like that at the AGM. And again, if people support it, I'll make another donation to our veterans.
Oh, I love that.
We'll continue that. That nutless cuck EB leads our province. Yeah. He's terrible. He's absolutely terrible. And that's, again, the problem when you look at the per capita. Vancouver and Vancouver Island control your elections. There's no getting away from it.
No.
And it's so unfortunate. British Columbia is such a beautiful, beautiful portion of our country. I'd love for it to be a part of the new Republic of Alberta. Maybe it will be. At least the interior. We'll take the interior. What do we got here? Tommy the Commies. Tommy the Commies a retard.
Love it.
Oh, God, he's totally retarded. Thank you so much for that, Ingrid. I agree. I concur. Yes to Alberta, no to Canada. I said it in my speech, and I know I keep going back to it, but I really don't think I'm getting a big head.
It was a great
considering it was off the cuff. I really loved this speech. I loved it, ladies and gentlemen. But I said it in my speech. Screw the rest. Let's take back the West.
Yep.
That's the way it's going down.
Oh, you're missing super chat.
Raptor Guy, $2 super chat. You missed my 2 last super chats. Let's pull them up.
Let's do this.
I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry. They come in so quickly. The chat moves so quickly.
You're not paying attention.
Raptor Guy, the Canadian flag is an oversized Kleenex to me. Come on, man. I get your hostility.
I do.
But you got to love every flag. I'm disappointed when somebody feels that way. You're allowed to feel that way. Please don't think I'm shaming you.
No, you very much have every right to your
Trudeau and Carney wiped their ass on our flag and sold this country out a long time ago.
Yes.
So I understand your dismay. I really do. Mike Freedom Honey, $2 super chat. Only my show is the true cult. Maybe. Marianne Drinkwater.
Drink the honey.
Who gave me my bag of lollipops, by the way. It was so nice to meet you at the rally. You got a lollipop. I did get a lollipop. I love them. I should have had them on stream tonight. I should have been eating lollipops, but people wouldn't have heard me very well.
You're kind of hoarding them.
Mr. Biggs. $5 super chat. The Republic of Alberta, Republic of Saskatchewan, the Great Republic of Buffalo, the most amazing nation in the world. They should just call it the Republic of Fringe.
Yeah.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Put your name on it.
We talked about it. We do need to get Fringe on a $50 bill. Just going like
the fringy.
Yeah, the fringy. The fringy. The Fringe 50. Nilok with $10 super chat. Libs get a majority. The fight to free Alberta will not only have just begun, the call for independence. Oh, we'll be through the roof. We got that one.
Yes.
We got that one. So I think I'm all caught up. Nope. Scott with a $2, $2.79 super chat. Alberta Independence. Let's go.
Yes.
Yes. Did I get all the others? We got that one. We got Kenzie. We got pseudonym.
And then we got Raptor.
And we got Raptor Guy. Okay, we're
Perfect.
caught up. We're caught up. We'll do it live. John Middleton, I don't want to miss him since he just got a fitty fringe. There you go. We got to get the fitty fringe in there. I can identify with Raptor Guy. I'm so done with Canada. I changed my company logo to feature the Alberta map instead of the maple leaf.
That.
You know, and you're welcome and entitled to. And that's the thing. I understand people's dismay. I just don't like to encourage hate.
No.
Because we're on the flag, because we're still Canadians until we vote.
Yes.
And even then, I still love Canadians.
Still always love Canada.
Yeah.
I have no love for the government that has ruined it.
And that's just it. It's kind of like the line from Thor when Odin says, it's not a place, it's a people.
Yes.
And I love the people of Canada.
Yes.
Even in Ontario, yes, Quebec, even some of you guys, you're not all terrible. But the government and those representatives that are in charge have ruined it. They've ravaged it.
Yep.
Even Trump said it last week. I love Canada. I love the people of Canada. I just don't like their leadership so much. They got really bad people in there who abuse and ignore the Supreme Court decisions.
Yep.
They use the Reagan Institute's videos without their permission. They're terrible people. They're rotten.
And for Carney to say he didn't know that it was happening. Oh, he knew.
To be clear, I didn't know. You were in the meetings, dickhead.
Yeah, he was.
You knew. Hate machine. Matt coming on a $2 super chat. I will own things and be angry. That needs to be on a shirt. I'll own everything and be angry. Love it. Love it. Trademark it, Matt. We gotta get it. Unacceptable Fringe. Will your $50 bill show you squatting over a Singh Hortons cup? No, I'm not East Indian. I'm not a Jeet. You're not gonna see that on there. You're not gonna see it. God, thank you so much. You have my permission to put it on a Fringe shirt. There you go. It's in writing. It's in writing. So if I make $1 million, I owe him nothing.
I love it.
You guys are great. You guys have been great. What about born Albertans living elsewhere? Are they welcome home after independence?
100%.
I would assume if you have a birth certificate from Alberta, absolutely you are.
Yeah.
I would think that if we have to put up borders around the province,
that it would be no different than like being
entering the United States
born,
from Canada. You'd still have citizenship, but if you're wanting to come in to Alberta after independence and you weren't born here, we're gonna build a beautiful wall.
I mean, if I was able to make the rules, 100%.
A beautiful wall around Alberta with a little door, and people are gonna have to come in legally. I don't think they like me very much. Oh, it's happening, folks.
Yes.
Siegfried coming in. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Fringe. I'm wondering if there is any way to find out if the vote for Alberta independence can be sabotaged by the votes brought in by the federal government. No. So just like the independence vote or Tommy the Commie's petition, Elections Alberta must verify and have a record for the public showing every vote cast and showing that they are registered Albertans, that they've lived here for 3 years, that they've lived here for 3 years and are allowed to vote in those elections.
Yeah.
That's part of the problem with Tommy the Commie's petition and why it hasn't been guaranteed yet as a referendum vote is because
they're still verifying those names.
They have to verify all of the signatures.
Yeah,
the same thing will happen.
Done legally.
It has to be done legally.
You're gonna do that,
and it will be done according to the laws. Elections Alberta will go through, and then we will build a giant wall around it. And you'll see Mark Carney saying...
And I'm more than happy if Danielle wants to slow things down again, like the Liberals said, and do paper votes instead of electronic votes.
And just like Mexico, you're going to see Mark Carney say, I will not pay for that fucking wall.
Oh, he's paying for the wall.
It's happening. We're going to have a wall. We're going to build a big, beautiful wall with my face on the door. And people will have to knock and come in legally. Pale Pinkish Humanoid, $15 super chat. Thank you so much. Just a donation for your efforts tonight.
Well, thank you.
God, you guys are so nice. I had people giving super thanks in today's video, thanking us for everything. I talked last night, a little cringe, but I went off topic to talk about the gentleman that we're talking with, our son Wade, at the legislature, and how that made it all worth it to me. I had a viewer try to give me a donation at the ledge on Saturday.
Wow.
And I said, your money's no good to me.
No.
I appreciate it. Thank you, though. Listen, I never ask for that support. No. I'm always grateful because times are tough.
We're so happy that you comment and that you watch us.
Your viewership is very much appreciated. Whenever a video comes out, if you watch it, if you like it, if you comment, that's worth in spades to me. Just as much support as when you watch our live stream. So thank you to everybody. It's never just about the super chats. They're never requested, but greatly appreciated.
But the Mrs. Fringe streams are the best.
Mrs. Fringe's streams are going to be off the charts. They're going to be great.
I bet when I'm on your show.
Keep your eyes out for Only Fringe again, folks. It's starting up in the next week or so. We'll have the channel up and running.
Oh, it's going to be bad.
Monday night streams. You're going to want to see it. It's going to be wonderful. I don't think I'll be on there. They don't like me very much. But they're going to be talking, maybe some wine, maybe talking about silly things.
Oh, it's going to be great.
It's going to be wonderful.
Lots of laughs.
Maybe some really humiliating pictures of the Fringe. You never know. Alberta Gamer. $2 super chat. I will own a lawn and tell the kids to get off of it. Yes.
That's the best
part. I can't wait. I can't wait. Bitmode with a $5 super chat. If Alberta becomes its own country, imagine how patriotic it would be to turn around from the last 10 years of demoralization. Albertans can do this.
Yes.
They have the potential.
Yep.
They have the potential. Paul becoming a new member of the Patriots Club.
Thank
you so much. Really appreciate that. Yvette gifting an unacceptable Fringe membership to the Patriots Club. Thank you so much. Welcome to our new Patriot. Fashizi Manizi coming into the $2 super chat. There's an interesting company in Tommy's bio. I know he promotes halal mortgages. Isn't that funny? And he took pictures with failed woke mayor Jody Gondek. Like that should tell you everything about this communist. Forever communist. God. Somebody said pale pinkish humanoid's hilarious. He is pretty funny. I'm going to have to go back and read the chat after the stream. I usually do. Yvette becoming a new member of the Patriots Club. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Patriots Club. I just want to touch down and make sure I didn't miss anybody. I didn't miss any super chats. Because I almost missed this. Carson. El Gringo Grande. I still got to get a video clip for when he comes in.
Yeah, you do.
Gifting 10 unacceptable Fringe memberships to the Patriots Club. Carson, thank you. You're so generous
tonight. Thank you.
He's an amazing supporter. He's been here for almost from the beginning. Carson, you're a delight to have around. Thank you. And not just because of that. He sends me emails. He sends me memes.
Amazing.
I have the best community on this platform.
Yes.
I don't lie when I say that, folks. It's not just a cheesy line.
Really, really do.
We have the best community on the platform. Mr. Biggs, $5 super chat. Monday night only Fringe. So Monday night wine fest. Oh, geez. It's going to...
It's going to be great. You're going to be so glad you're not going to be part of it.
I'll be upstairs playing video games, relaxing. Mrs. Fringe can make the money for a while. I'll take a break. It'll be wonderful.
We'll see.
And when they come upstairs, they'll find a big, beautiful wall blocking them from coming upstairs. And in order to go to bed, they're going to have to go through legally.
Yeah.
Mrs. Fringe will have to pay a toll. 60% tax.
Oh.
Maybe some personal time.
So now you're my Ottawa government. Is that what you're saying?
Yep. Carol, $5 super chat. Do you know how much the tickets are to the AGM and how I get some? Just Google Alberta AGM tickets. It does pull up. I believe they're like $170 for the weekend. If you don't take a meal. I'm not bothering with a meal. You know, anytime you get a meal at those things, it's always stupid. It always sucks. It's either dried out or it tastes like cardboard. So I don't bother with that stuff. Just get the tickets and meet in there. But you do need to be a UCP member. I believe that's $5 or something. It's either $5 or $10 to be a member of the UCP. You can get all that done just by Googling UCP membership and then UCP AGM tickets. I'm sorry I don't have a link on the stream. I'll get it for future streams.
Yes.
But I believe if you buy a ticket before the end of October, meaning before tomorrow, it's $170 and then it goes up to like $220, I think.
And when is it?
I believe it's November 28th.
Okay. November is going to be busy.
Jason, becoming a new member of the Patriots Club. Jason, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I was going to say we'll get into Q&A. We've had a few questions.
We have.
But we're already at our hour and a half mark. We're kind of running over time. You've got Unacceptable Fringe. Hello, Derek and Tiffany from Pulaski, Virginia.
Wow.
I love our American viewers.
I do love our American friends.
I love it. Julie says it's $10 to get a UCP
Okay,
membership.
perfect. Thank you.
Siegfried saying, just putting in my 2 bits.
Well, a dime.
A dime after
like
tax.
that.
My 2 cents is free. Premier Smith is doing exactly what Ralph Klein did. Listen to the people of Alberta. And again, that's why it is so important that we stand behind Danielle, that we back Danielle. That, again, if you want to send me an email at unacceptablefringeyt@gmail.com, you can leave your letter for Danielle. I will
letter of support.
I will print them all off and I will bring them to her when I go in.
Such a great idea. I love that.
You can also send them directly to the Premier's desk. If you look up the Premier of Alberta email.
The difference of sending them to us is we will hand them directly
We
to
will personally hand them to Danielle.
Yeah.
And let her know that she has the support. Nilok, $2 super chat. Get AI dancers called the Fringettes on Only Fringe.
Oh, Lori and I will do our own dancing.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank each and every one of you who came out to the stream tonight. Everybody who joined us for a weird Thursday night, Friday night Fringe.
Awesome.
Again, no stream tomorrow, obviously, because we're gone. It's Halloween. There will be content on the channel, however, so make sure to tune into the channel. Keep your eyes peeled for everything coming out along the channel over the weekend. It's going to be a crazy weekend.
Yeah.
And with that said, no Monday stream for Only Fringe. I'll get Only Fringe up and running, folks.
But we are hoping to do it very soon.
Within the next week or so. And we do want to have it up and running and people subscribed before we start doing the live stream so that we can get them monetized. I'd like to get Lori out of my house. So monetized meaning
Lori would like to get out of your house.
Monetized meaning views.
She wanted me out of her house. Isn't that what she said?
Yeah, she told Mrs. Fringe to get out of her house. I think strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
The things you say on wine.
Yeah, the things that you give up.
But for those of you going out with your kids tomorrow, have fun. And those of you going out to party, be safe.
Be safe. Don't drink and drive.
No.
Don't do anything stupid over the weekend because Halloween is on a Friday, folks. Enjoy watching the kids have fun. It's going to be a great night. Make sure if any teachers come to your door to lecture you, you tell them to piss off. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, have an amazing Alberta night.
Yes.
Or a Canadian night if you're watching, or an American. Have a great American night.
Have a great night.
Just have a great night in general. We'll catch you on the next one, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Thanks so much to everybody.
Take care.